Joseph Parker will join us on video phone very shortly, but if I just get Dean Lonergan to say a few words.
That guy's name was Christian Churchy. He runs a company with his father called OPI, I think it is, out of Italy, and they've been Takam's promoters, I think, for the last 12 months. Takam's obviously got a fantastic track record. You know, he went 11 rounds with Povetkin, which I think is his one and only shot at the world title. And I was just thinking about it. This is the first time, I think, that Joseph has fought someone ranked above him, or was that Minto?
Minto was ranked
certainly someone. It's someone
Minto was ranked 12.
Yeah, but it's the first time Joe's fought someone in the top 5 of any organisation. So this took, quite a long time to negotiate. We had to wait quite a while to see if we're going to be in this fight, because a guy called Erkin Tepper got drug tested a little while ago after his fight against David Price. A positive drug test ruled him out. So that's why it's been taking so long to get this done. Then we had the negotiations with Christian, and as Christian said, they were keen as mustard to have this fight in France because they wanted to have every single advantage that they could get. So our view was this, is that Joseph Parker and Kevin Barry are very comfortable fighting in New Zealand, so they wanted to fight here. So our first goal was to win the fight and have it here in New Zealand. The second goal was, okay, where's the most comfortable place you guys are? Where would you like to have it? So, we've fought out at the Vodafone Events Centre now twice. Joseph literally comes down the road, as Craig said. So we thought this is the best place for us to have it. So we've worked out how we can have it here. It's only a small capacity, but on that night, that'll be by far and away the biggest sporting event in New Zealand, and it will be by far and away the biggest boxing event New Zealand's ever had. After this, we might even change the name of this fight after this, because we're hoping it'll be the road to Wembley as opposed to just the road to the title. In a perfect world, Joseph Parker, between 8 to 12 months' time, be fighting at Wembley against Anthony Joshua, or maybe even Tyson Fury if those two fight before then. So this is an exciting time for New Zealand boxing. We're about to go to heights that we've never been to before, and I know David Tua fought Lennox Lewis at the Mandalay Bay, and I was at that fight. There was only 12,500 people went to that. Potentially, if Joseph Parker fights in England for the world title, it could be in front of 100,000 people, and I don't know that any Kiwis ever experienced that. To have 100,000 people turn up for two guys who duke it out in the middle of the ring is something very, very special. It'll be one of the biggest fights. If you have a look across the history of boxing, it'll be one of the biggest fights of all time. So that's the road we're headed down, and we're very, very happy to have this fight here, and we're very happy to be out in Manukau, where Joseph Parker has been up until now a full-time resident. He was very comfortable fighting out there. We wanted to give Joe every single advantage we could possibly get him. So having him here, controlling things like making sure that the ring's the right size, making sure the ring gets the right gloves, making sure that the ring canvas is the right thickness. Because as little as these things matter or sound, they certainly matter to Kevin Barry, who was without doubt the biggest control freak I've met in my life, and he screams at me when everything's not within 1 inch of being right. So this fight's going to be everything we can possibly make it to Joe's advantage from a hometown point of view, but there will be independent and neutral officials will be doing from refereeing through to all of the judging. So that's my bit, and I'm sure you'd like to speak to both John and Kev.
Just on a couple of things. For those who are unfamiliar, the Tyson Fury-Klitschko fight, the very first one, was almost called off the day of the fight because Tyson Fury didn't agree in the contract to what was in the contract regarding the ring. That's such a big deal. It's part of the reason why David and Dean have spent so much money to get this fight here. So it's absolutely everything in Joseph's favour.
And if you want to find out specifically why that matters, talk to Kev about that. He's got very specific ideas on it, and you have to make sure that everything's 100% right. Thickness of canvas on the ring, the sponge rubber under it apparently makes a big deal. Sometimes the outcome as to whether it slows the fighters down or speeds them up. So definitely good questions for Kev.
I'm just going to bring Joseph up while I do it. Could you also explain the situation regarding corporates and ticket sales, which is unique?
Yeah, corporate sales sort of go on sale as of next week. GAs won't be on sale until the last 2 weeks. So if you want to go to this fight, you've got to get in contact with our lady Donna. And I'll tell you what else is interesting too, and Kev will probably hate me for bringing this up, but we nominated this type of glove for Joseph to wear, which Deontay Wilder wears, which are Everlast NX. And the Churchies come back and says, no, we don't want him to wear those. And the IBF, while they didn't say categorically, no, you can't wear those gloves, they did make a recommendation that we didn't. Apparently there are a number of commissions in America, even though the gloves are legal, that don't like people wearing them. So that was sort of one of the negotiations we had to get through. So obviously glove selection is a big deal. Joseph, for the last 4 or 5 fights, and you talk specifically to Kev about this, has been wearing Reyes, which are also a hard puncher's glove. So, but we weren't, we agreed that we wouldn't be using the Everlast MX, even though Deontay Wilder uses them, and you saw it a spectacular effect against Alpha Speaker earlier in the year.
Joseph, can you hear us?